the patio again today, and I told you guys I would make a video about me in Tennessee with Sam's family, but I didn't want to bother them with all my vlogging, so I thought I would just show you guys a little mashup of pictures and talk about my experience and all the fun that we had. So the trip took about 6 hours to get down there, but it wasn't that bad, and Sam loves to drive, so he did most of that. But when we got there, we went to dinner at this place called Elvira's Cafe, and I got a bunch of sides, but it was really tasty. And this is a photo of us outside the cafe, and Sam brought his camera along too, so he ended up taking around 400 pictures on this trip total, but it was so much fun, and with a view like that. So on our official first day, we got ready, and Sam and I read some devotionals, and he made me some coffee. But we totally looked like tacky tourists, so we kind of did that on purpose since we had our cameras. But it was really fun. So we decided to go to this place in Gatlinburg called the Sky Bridge. But on our way there, we had to take a trip about 40 minutes to get to there, and we stopped and took a bunch of pictures. So the Sky Bridge is like this lift that takes you up to this suspension bridge, and it was totally Becky's idea, even though she was terrified the whole time. So I decided to ride with Sarah, and we kind of actually matched by wearing our yellow, and you're totally not supposed to take pictures of the picture that they take of you, but we did anyways. So we got up there, and this isn't after we crossed the Sky Bridge, this is right before. So we took some pictures, and you had to walk up some stairs and everything, but the view was like amazing. So this is the bridge itself, and it is just one giant suspension bridge, and in the middle is this like glass plate, I guess. It's very like sturdy and strong, but you have to walk all the way across, and once you get to this glass plate, you can see right through it. And I don't know about you guys, but it was super cool to see and take a picture of, but I had to cross it like immediately because it just freaked me out. I am not a giant fan of heights unless they're moving, like with roller coasters. So we got to the other side, and we took like a gajillion pictures, and it was just so pretty with the mountain view and everything. Like you see the city and you see the mountains. So this is just Sam and I after we crossed the bridge. And I took pictures of him and his sister too, which was really fun. And I love that we both wore yellow. It was just so cute. So unfortunately, once you've walked across the first time, you have to walk it back. Like, you don't get to just take an elevator down or anything. So like I said, Sam's mom was terrified, so she did it, and we had victory. So she was very excited, and we were excited for her. So when we crossed back, it was kind of tiring and hot out, so we took a little rest, and then we went back down the ski lift, which was a lot easier than going up. It wasn't so fearful. And we took a bunch of Polaroid pictures on this trip. So after that, we went to Johnny Rockets, and I've never been before, so I got my first vanilla shake. But with the heat, it turned out to be, I got a little tummy ache. So it was still fun though. And on our way back, we went to look for bears. So there's this loop that has a lot of natural life and nature, and on our way back from it, Sam actually spotted this mama bear and her cub who she was protecting. So on our second day, we stopped by this cute little general store that also had a little like restaurant attached to it. And we ate outside and enjoyed our lunch and took a couple pictures because the views were like so great. But 2 years ago, when I went to Tennessee with my mom, we stopped by this cute little place, and the general store has tons of like local honey, coffee, tea, jams and preserves, things like that. So here it is, super cute. And it was like right next to our cabin that we stayed at, which was really cool. So we actually got matching shirts for me and Sam, which was pretty fun. And then for the rest of the day, we decided to go hiking at this place called Laurel Falls. So it was only 1.3 miles long, which doesn't sound long at all, but in Indiana, that's pretty short because we just have like hills and straight like flat land. But in Tennessee, it is completely different, and 1.3 miles is definitely uphill, and I mean like up mountain trekking. So we stopped and took tons of pictures, and Sam has some really great ones on his camera that we're going through and editing, and it's just so awesome to see all the like nature. I'm definitely a hiking freak, so being in the Smoky Mountains was like fantastic, and it was definitely humid, and it started raining on our way up there, but the trees kept us from getting wet, and we had a lot of coverage. So it's just beautiful to look at, and I really want to move to Tennessee because it's so gorgeous. I'm thinking Nashville though. I've never actually been to Nashville. Oh, and there's my handsome man taking pictures. So cute. It was just really pretty. To see God's creation, like, just like this was just fantastic. Like, there's honestly no words, and that's why recording this voiceover is kind of hard. So this is Sam's sister Sarah, and she is just so sweet and so gorgeous. So it was fun taking pictures of the both of them. And then, of course, I had my own little photographer with me as well. So thanks to Sam, I got a lot of pictures, and especially in my natural state of hiking. I don't know if any of you guys are major hikers, but if you have any hiking places, drop them in the comments below. So this is the falls, the final place and destination that we wanted to see, and it was so pretty. The higher up you got, the cooler it got, which is like, duh, but like amazing. Like, this is mountain time. We didn't drink from the water from the fall, but we did see a lot of people who did. But I definitely felt it, and it was really cold, so that was pretty cool. LOL, sorry for the overload of pictures of me, but this was a super fun trip. And this is like one of my favorite pictures because I took it with like the live mode on your phone, and it like moves obviously, and it's super cool because the water is just like rushing out. And here is me and Sam's mama. And of course, on this trip, we took tons of Polaroid pictures. So here's what we got at the end of the day. And that night when we returned home, they had a hot tub at the cabin. So Sarah and I went for a little dip and listened to throwback music like High School Musical and Hannah Montana. It was so much fun. So on our next day, we traveled in Sam's dad's Jeep, which didn't have doors, which was super cool, on this road called Tail of the Dragon. So to get there, it took us about 45 minutes just to get to the road that is called the Tail of the Dragon. So we stopped at a bunch of pull-offs and off-pulls, apparently that's a thing, to take tons and tons of pictures. It was so much fun. So here are just a couple of our photos. It was just amazing to like see the clouds so close. Like, the next photo is legit my favorite. Like, look at that, so cool. So the Tail of the Dragon is 11 miles long, and it's either 200 something or 300 something turns, like curves. It's so crazy. So it looks like a tail of a dragon. And there's tons of like motorcyclists who go on it, and at the end is this like cute little bar that's like for bikers, I guess. And there's like food obviously, and then tons of cute, well, I guess the term wouldn't be cute for bikers, but it was cool. They had some cool stuff. Like, you did it, you drove the Tail of the Dragon, because it's probably pretty dangerous, but in a Jeep it didn't seem too bad. But apparently there's this Jeep wave that you do when you see another Jeep, so I ended up learning how to do that. And no, you can't Jeep wave to Jeeps when you're in another type of car, so don't try that at home. But it was so much fun just to take pictures and take my first ride in a Jeep without doors on it. Super cool. We kept the top up just in case it were to rain or anything. And on our way back, it totally did, and it was not very fun, and it was cold and windy, but it was still exciting to be able to do this little trip. It turned out to be like an all-day sort of thing, which was really cool. And at the other end of the Tail of the Dragon is North Carolina? South Carolina? I'm not sure. One of the Carolinas. So it was cool that we entered into another state. But like the bridge in Gatlinburg, you do have to go back through it. So if you don't have an easy stomach, might want to, eat before you go or take a breather before you go back through it. That was definitely the case for Sam. So this is the cute little dragon that's on the Tail of the Dragon. So on our way back, like I said, it started raining, so you could see all of the clouds that are in the mountains, and they just hang really low. And we drove through some too, which is pretty cool because I've only ever driven through clouds on an airplane, so that was pretty awesome. And yes, I definitely took a sweatshirt because I'm a freak and I'm cold all the time. So if I'm the first person to wear a sweatshirt in a Jeep on a super hot day, I'm sorry. But I just love these photos of us because they're super cute and totally bring out the best of us, and this is truly who we are. Oh, but this was for sure the end of the trip look. I loved it. So after that, we came home and took a nap and then went out for barbecue, and it was Sarah's birthday week kind of. So I decided to take them out for mini golf, and we played, and we even came up with some fun challenges that we did together. But we did take a couple photos before we attempted the challenges. But Hillbilly Golf is such a cute place right in the center of Gatlinburg.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Oh, my balls in my hand! You should have dropped it.
So after that, we came back and played some games like this one, Fibber and Apples to Apples. So on our last day there, Sam and I went on this wine tour, and we also got our first taste of moonshine, all within Gatlinburg and kind of Pigeon Forge, but there's actually a separate one for that. But we had so much fun tasting a bunch of different things, and then we stopped at Old Mill for a late lunch, and it was super fun. Such a fun vacation, and this was our final day heading home. It felt like it took a lot longer to get back home, but it was so much fun, and I'm just so thankful for them and their family. And of course, this was Rocky when I got home. He was definitely curious as to where I had been all week and was probably a little jealous of all the smells, but it was so much fun. So thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope whenever you go to Tennessee next, or if you go, you can check out some of these really cool places. I had so much fun with my second little family. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. If you have any comments, just drop them below, whether that's on hiking, other fun places in Tennessee, anything about Nashville, because I'm hoping to go eventually. Just let me know, guys. Thanks.